What is up, everybody? I'm NoLucksGiven, and today we are going to take a look at my foray into Storybook Brawl 99. If you aren't already familiar, Storybook Brawl 99 was an experiment that the developers of the game tried out earlier this week, where we got to play games of Storybook Brawl in up to 99 player lobbies. You can see on the side of the screen all the way over there where the health totals are. They go all the way off the screen. I'm playing up against Pied Piper, and then there's two heroes below that, and there's anywhere between 11 and 99 heroes in this lobby. I felt like the games were pretty aggressive, especially with some of the new characters that we will take a look at later on in this video. That Fallen Angel was a pretty good starting hero and would potentially allow us to do some nice things. It will make some interesting puzzles when we are trying to complete these menagerie combinations, as well as make sure that we've got the requisite evil and good characters for Fallen Angel. And mostly this was just my most chaotic game from Storybook Brawl 99, and I thought it would be pretty fun to showcase it here today. We are going to get our egg cracked, so a little bit unfortunate. And then we'll get to take a Cinderella here and a Mad Mim, and that makes us reasonably strong for this next turn. Probably don't need to cast this Forbidden Fruit, but this will make us reasonably strong for now, and then we'll try to pick up one more evil unit next turn, and I think that'll really springboard us into something strong. But I do think that you want to be pretty aggressive early on in this build of the game, because there are just a lot of units that just come with a bunch of stats built in, and I definitely want to respect that. At the same time, I also want to get a little bit crazy. We see that there is a Falling Stars here, and I think with picking up our third evil unit and then grabbing a Princess Peep, we're actually really strong already, and I want to cast this Wish Upon a Star at some point during this game. It might not be next turn. I might pick up two good units, like we could pick up the Ogre Princess plus another good unit next turn, and then on the following turn we could pick up the Wish Upon a Star and hopefully win, just because we're Fallen Angel. So I'm gonna try to see what we can do with that one up against Skip, the Time Skipper here. The Falling Stars that they have. They also have a few new units. Don't worry about what those do for right now. We'll get into all of the new units, but we are going to take a little bit of damage. So glad that I did not cast the Wish Upon a Star just then, but I am going to try to cast it as soon as we possibly can here. And we could take it right now. I think I'm going to lock it one more turn though. Pick up Mad Mim, pick up Ogre Princess, and again, we are now just going to really be able to make use of this Princess Peep here now being supported by double Mad Mim, though I think we can do a little bit better if we move the Mad Mim over into slot 5 and then just put the Ogre Princess in the front. Now basically wherever these sheep spawn, they'll be getting +5 attack, +2 from Fallen Angel, and then +3 from a Mad Mim. So I think that this makes us reasonably strong, and then next turn I am eyeing up to take the Wish Upon a Star plus the, just one other unit. And you can see making a bunch of 6/1s pretty good. That's going to allow us to beat Pop the Magic Dragon, which is a pretty strong unit early on in the game here. We do have the option to pick up, or we grab rather, from the Ogre Princess a Good Witch, and that's going to make us pretty strong, and then we can grab Wish Upon a Star here as well. And one thing that we could even do is we could sell the Cinderella and pick up the Evil Witch. That's definitely worth considering at the very least. I do think the Mad Mim is probably better, just because the Mad Mim will pump up these peeps as well. But this is definitely a really strong start. And then when we roll, and we roll into Peep, that is going to make us even stronger. And I forgot about that actually now, just doing the post commentary, but in the game I was on Discord with one of my friends, and I actually called that shot there. I think I'm gonna... Oh, it's tough because we're gonna level up and then roll. But I'm thinking we could hit Black Cat or we could hit another Princess Peep. And found the prized peep, because that's really like the only way that we can manage to get a little bit stronger, and it's definitely going to help. This trophy hunter slays against us, then they slay with that unit, but don't worry about that unit for right now. There's going to be too many new units in this game to really focus on all of them, but we win the combat and we get the extra XP. And now we're really strong. So now we want to try to convert this into a different kind of win here. I want to make sure that I'm continuing to play 3 evil units, but Black Cats are really, really good evil units. And I think what we can do here is actually just grab both of these Black Cats, and I think that'll be enough to win a spinning gold. And we're still really strong at this point in the game. We don't know who we're playing up against. If we look at the side of the screen, we're playing up against somebody that we know has less than 28 health. They'll know that they're playing up against us, but we won't know that we are playing up against them. Just a small little silly aspect of Storybook Brawl 99 right now, because it doesn't have like dedicated UI or anything. But we've got 6 3s spawning 6 3s, and then we've got 5 6s spawning 5 6s. We've got a lot of stats on this board. My opponent does have a pretty good unit. I will describe that one. That is a support that gives +2/+2, or it gives +4/+4 if it is supporting both a good unit and an evil unit. So that is a really strong unit. That's going to be enough to allow my opponent to win that fight. And then we see Lancelot, and I'm kind of thinking, you know what, Lancelot could be really good right now because we're up so much XP. We also have the chance to grab a Haunted Helm, which will be really good. And if we can just activate a Lancelot early, that will mean that we are going to allow it to just slay a whole bunch and really take over this lobby. This is a new spell in the game, Slay Food. I believe this will be coming to the live patch soon, but basically this is taking the place of Grim Soul. So this is a 3-cost spell that appears at level 5, and that is going to be just enough to allow us to activate Lancelot this turn, and then it'll get +9/+9, and hopefully we can just keep that ball rolling and keep continuing to slay. Unfortunately, it is going to get Medusa'd here, which is a little bit unlucky. The statues that we get from Medusa still actually have a reasonable amount of stats, but not quite enough that we are going to be able to win this one. So we do wind up losing this combat against one of the new heroes there. That is a pretty good new hero that maybe we will talk about another time. We've got something else to talk about here, Radiant Staff. So this beta build, I said there's going to be a lot of puzzles trying to figure out as both a fallen angel and all of this menagerie stuff. But basically any units that don't share a type with another character get +6/+6. So this is a really, really interesting puzzle to add to the board, because now I want 3 evils, 3 goods, and then I want 1 of everything. And that's going to be why I'm picking up a dragon here. It is made a little bit more complicated by all of these units that have multiple types. I'm going to go ahead and pick up Greedy, just because Greedy will be our solo dwarf. And then I'm just going to put these Black Cats in just to, I thought I might have needed it for the Fallen Angel bonus, but I felt like maybe 2 Black Cats was better than just 1. I'm not sure. Might not be super useful. That Sheep and Wolf's Clothing is actually just a big unit that gets bigger if you've got an animal and a monster, or maybe it's a monster and a tree. Yeah, it's a monster and a tree. It's got +7 attack if you've got a monster, +7 health if you have a tree. Snake Oil Salesman, another new unit here just from the beta, and while we're kind of working with this menagerie stuff, I feel like we might be able to get Snake Oil Salesman in with this. And the important thing here is I'm trying to grow this lance as big as possible, because I feel like I might be able to scale it against some of these lower players. We're playing against somebody, again, not on the leaderboard this turn, and there's no Grim Soul. So there's no really easy way to just grow a unit. And here's Swiss Prince. We can see that in action a little bit here now. But yeah, I'm thinking that any way that we can potentially try to grow our lance is a way that we can potentially get into this game. And there's Cupid. I should have locked it because it was a fairy, so it was a unique type. That was definitely something that I was considering there. But you can see this Lance just able to do a bunch of work against the rest of this lobby in a pretty sweet way here. I do think it's going to go down to my opponent's ranged units. It will, but we do still wind up getting the win and a little bit of scaling, and we get the Merlin's test as well. Now I think is a great time to say that I am starting a Discord. You can find a link for that in the video description below, but basically if you like videos like this one, some content more on the sillier side of things, I'm going to try to have a maybe Saturday Sillies kind of weekly feature on the channel where try out different types of game modes, and I'm going to need help on putting that content together, some people to play against. So if you enjoy watching this video and potentially want to play different styles of Storybook Brawl, but with a little bit of a twist, check out the Discord in the link below. So now we are level 6, and we gotta find some more ways to add some power to this board. And Robin Wood seems like it'll be a pretty decent unit. It is our first tree. We don't have any trees yet on the board. Still trying to make this menagerie comp work. And Robin Wood is also a good tree that doesn't require other tree-related synergies. It's just a good unit. It's a ranged unit. It's got a nice little effect that'll buff up one of our units, shrink one of our opponents, and just be a solid addition. So definitely want to pick that up, and I'm also looking for another way to replace potentially like the black cat that we have on the board, because we're currently playing 2 animals. There's another look at another new unit here, Joan of Aardvark. Again, a lot of these things aren't going to make it into the live patch, but we were just testing out a bunch of interesting things on the beta. Didn't really want Joan of Aardvark. It is good with Menagerie, but Lance is the royal that I want to stick with. So gonna move some things around here, and I get a little bit confused. Obviously, we're no longer caring about the Fallen Angel buff, but I'm confused why Mad Mim is not getting the Radiant Staff bonus, and that's because Baba Yaga is actually also going to become a mage. And I think I realize it right as the fight starts. Yeah, so, and that should actually make it to live. I believe that Baba Yaga is actually going to become a mage soon. Awkwardly, my opponent steals my large greedy with their siren and then steals my Lancelot. So kind of awkward here. This is going to make this fight really quite tough, and does mean that we are going to take some damage. And one of the things that I'm going to look for right now, well, okay, Jormungand is really good. I think I'm going to pick that up first just because we have this Lancelot. You can't really afford, at least in this version of the game, to really be doing anything super crazy. I mean, somebody is going to, in this lobby, is going to high roll and be able to destroy the lobby, but the point that I'm getting at is that this lobby is pretty similar to that of a tournament lobby, and the competition is going to be pretty cutthroat, and I'm not trying to do anything super crazy this game. That's the reason that I picked Fallen Angel. I'm just trying to play some large units and hope that that is enough just to get us a little bit farther each turn at a time. And yeah, there is one main unit that I am really considering right now. Obviously, we have the Radiant Staff, which is the big payoff for this menagerie comp, as everybody calls it, but there is another unit that I am really looking for, and it is one of the bigger payoffs of getting a bunch of XP. This is an interesting play here with Baba Yaga too, because it gives us our third good unit, but that's the payoff right there. So I try to sell some things and didn't realize that I just didn't have enough time. Didn't lock the shop either, so both of those are going to go away, but that is the Bard. The asset, obviously, for it is not final, and it's really unfortunate. We are still going to walk away with a win this combat, Lancelot just being huge enough to carry us to victory, but unfortunately we don't get to pick up either of those Bards, so a huge disappointment on that front, but the Bard is a 0/0 unit that counts the types among all of the units that you control and gets +8/+8 for each of those types. So it's just a really, really large unit. It's what I was planning on trying to play this game basically from the beginning, just get some XP and try to crush the lobby with some early bards and at least, you know, get me into like the top 8, top 4, something like that. And unfortunately weren't able to pick one up. So I'm just going to be rolling, and then I see Echowood. That's probably a better tree than Robinwood. I didn't really think about it at the time, but now that we've got Jormungand and Lancelot, we probably could make something work with Echowood. Don't really think that we can make Hercules work at this point, and I still have enough gold this turn to potentially pick up a bard. So I'm going to wind up doing a little bit of rolling here, and then we do find a bard. So this time we got enough time left on the clock. I'll sell 4 units, pick up the bard, and there you can see it is a 62/64. So it is counting 7 other unit types, and then it's getting +6/+6 from the Radiant Staff, and then +2 health from Fallen Angel. But the point is, it's just a really large unit. It is larger than everything that my opponent is playing, and we might actually need some help on this one because my opponent has the potential to really scam here with a monster book with Mimic Chest and Phoenix Feather plus double Medusa. So there is a lot of trouble that my opponent can get up to here. We're going to have 4 units that they have to scam. They do scam the Bard, but they're still going to have to get through Jormungand, Echowood, and Lancelot. So we'll see. Well, they get through the Jormungand. Can they get through this Lancelot? It's going to be 50-50. Okay. They'll take out Lancelot, but then our statue will take out the Medusa. And now I'm really just trying to play as strong as I can every single turn. You can see that we have made the top 8. We are 1 health there on the bottom of the leaderboard, and then everybody below us is a ghost. But we are playing up against a 41 health opponent. So they've been doing something right, and they are probably pretty strong. I do feel like we are also quite strong indeed, but this is definitely where it gets a little tricky to make a Slay comp work. Though, I think we can do an interesting maneuver this turn. We're going to be using Soul Food, one of the new spells that you should be seeing coming to the live branch of the game soon. But that spell, 3 cost, triggers a Slay on one of your units. So what I'm thinking we could do, pick up the Riverwash Mermaid, throw the lance in between the Baba and the Mermaid, activate that, and that's going to give us a jump start on Jormungand, a 60 Jormungand to start off the combat. Maybe the Lightning Dragon is able to slay. It seems unlikely. We could also make it so that the Bard is trying to slay, and we're kind of growing that, but I'm going to see if we can't make it with the Riverwash Mermaid here too, or the Lightning Dragon, rather. The Lightning Dragon was 1 out of 3 to slay, unfortunately is going to miss it, but Lancelot is going to be huge, the Bard is going to be huge, and Jormungand and thus Echowood are also going to be able to get pretty big. Interesting to note that growing Jormungand with Soul Food will not trigger Echowood. I believe just Echowood and Soul Food just won't work in general because Echowood can only grow during the brawls. But feeling pretty good there. Now we are into top 5 based off of that Soul Food play. I do think that we'll need a little bit more help to continue to be strong, but we are doing pretty good here to at least make it onto the top 5. I think this was the sweetest game that I wound up playing. We'll wind up rolling into another Bard, and I think that I probably will pick this up instead of the Lightning Dragon again, just to have like another large unit in there. The Lightning Dragon really didn't do anything for us last combat, so probably want to just go ahead and get rid of that one. It is a little bit awkward though to get everything on the board. Oh wow, and for that reason I'm actually going to decline to pick up the Bard. And we roll and we hit another Soul Food, so that is quite good for us. Let's throw Lance back into this position again, though I don't know if that's actually working or not, because Jormungand is only getting +40/+40 there, and it should be getting +80/+80, so kind of awkward. We'll lock onto the coin plus a Baba Yaga. I feel like It's one of the only ways that this board actually gets better for us is by trying to triple this Baba Yaga, continuing to scale with the lance. There's a few different types of comps that I think can work in Storybook Brawl 99. The first one, the one that's going to win most lobbies, is probably just mages. Whoever hatballs the best is probably going to be who wins the lobby because there's infinite scaling on a hatball comp, and you just have a little bit more time, not quite to put it together, especially in these high caliber lobbies, but a little bit more time to grow with it in the end game, while there's just more, like, we're basically, if this was a normal game, we'd have the comp to be in the finals or potentially win it. But we're sitting up against 4 other people who also deserve in their own right to be in the finals. So that's just kind of how Storybook 99 kind of shakes out here. But we're doing pretty good. That's what I was going to say. The other comp that can get through, I feel like kind of has a whole bunch of scaling associated with it, is going to be these Slay comps. However, we didn't really get the best start. We didn't have the Riverwash Mermaid plus Lightning Dragon early on, so that's going to make it hard to really compete with some of these big boys. So I'm just going to wind up rolling here for a little bit, and I do believe on this one, okay, no, I guess that's it. I'm just going to wind up playing this one, and we're up against Duke Silver again, the Loki, on 15 health. We beat them last time, but we don't know how much more they will have scaled since the last time that we saw them. And kind of some awkward stuff here. We're like kind of playing the Lightning Dragon just to pump up the Bard, and not really just for its own right, but I think that this is probably the best combination that we can put in. There was a 1 in 3 shot that our Lightning Dragon could slay last time we played against Loki, so there's a chance it could actually work here again, and hopefully that will do some nice stuff for us. I'm thinking maybe they grew it as well, so grabbing this for glory could definitely help the Dragon slay, and it is going to slay and survive, which is really good. It actually had a 100% chance to slay there, I believe, right? Yeah. So that was really, really good for us. Jormungand gonna slay. That gives us a huge Jormungand, huge Echo Wood, and a good chance to actually, start to get back into this game and win some combats. We're doing some nice things here. Lancelot is going to go down. Jormungand will be able to take out, or actually Renowned Bard will be taking out the Spellweaver then here, and we don't get a kill, and we don't advance, but we are up against the Ghost, so that's pretty nice and is potentially good enough to just get us into the top 4 already, because we will be playing up against the Ghost this turn. I do really like this Knighthood. I'd have to sell 3 things to pick it up. I could sell Riverwash Mermaid, Lightning Dragon, and Robin Wood, and I think that's what I'm gonna do. Just play down a unit, and then I like this. Yeah, I like this as well. We will be able to move over Lance so that Lance is being double supported by Baba Yaga. Just double checking that everything looks good here on the math. Do I want to upgrade the Jormungand? Do I want to upgrade a Baba Yaga potentially? That could also be good, but I'm going to go for this. Now Lancelot is really growing off of the double Baba Yaga. Jormungand gets to be pretty big, and this is our chance here to potentially find a strong way back into this game. My opponent with some huge Spellweavers here. You can see a Hatball player that was knocked out just a little bit before us, and we will be able to get the win onto them, but it's close. We got 5, 6 really strong players here in the end game, but we are now on to the top 4, and okay, Hermes Magic Beans, that could be a pretty decent spell to cast. That will allow Lancelot to attack in, which will grow Lancelot and grow Jormungand to start off the fight. That seems really, really good. And now I think I'm really just looking for Baba Yagas. I could take another Bard. One of the reasons that I wouldn't mind taking a Bard is that it potentially builds us to a tier 6 treasure, but I also really want to spend that gold rolling for Baba Yagas, so I am just going to let the Bard go and roll. And one of the important things to realize here too is that I do want my Lance to attack first, and be double baba supported when it does attack. So that is kind of like, I don't need to play another unit on this board. I can make do with this current board. I don't hate the Echo Wood either, but I'm gonna just keep on rolling for some Baba Yagas, see what we can find, and that is gonna be nothing going into this final combat. So we will now take a look here against the Bad Wolf, and they've got some large units, and unfortunately, we're not going to be able to slay. And that's basically all she wrote. If we attack and we don't slay, then our Jormungand doesn't grow, then our Echo Wood doesn't grow, and the rest of it falls apart pretty quickly. We were 50-50 to slay at the start of the combat. If you check it out here, right, we could have attacked the Croc or the Monster Book, or we could have attacked the Wizard's Familiar or the Shoulder Fairy. So not going to work out well for us. The Monster Book is going to kill the Jormungand, and then they also have a Storm King waiting for us, and our backline is absolutely nothing here. So that is unfortunate, and that is going to be how this one ends. But I still thought this was a really, really fun thing to do. I was super happy that the devs put this all together for us, and yeah, was just overall like very excited to play it from the moment that they announced it. And I did bring this up. I think I stopped the video about halfway through and kind of talked about an idea that I've been kind of brewing on for a little bit. But definitely, if you thought this was fun and want to participate in content kind of in a similar vein, Storybook Brawl, but with a twist, I'll just, I guess, to tease like one example, what if we played a game of Storybook Brawl, but we agreed that the entire game, everybody is only ever going to play one unit? And how does that change the game? What heroes become good? What characters become good? What treasures start to get better or worse? And then also, who wins? And I feel like stuff like that would be really fun to do, but obviously I can't do it by myself. I need 7 other willing participants. So check out the description, check out the Discord in the video description if it sounds like something that you would be interested. And then I'm also going to have other conversations and channels there about ways to grow this channel. So if you want to be a part of the content that you see here on youtube.com/NoLucksGiven, please feel free to check that out. And that's going to be it for this one. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'm NoLucksGiven. Peace.